So this is Sydewalk. Sydewalk started out its life sort of as a shopping portal, I guess you could say. Create maybe like a virtual shopping mall where you have all your favorite stores in one place, and then you can sort of drive traffic back from this one spot back to those online retailers. But I'm going to sort of take it and look at it from a different perspective as a real estate agent. So if I'm going to come into my profile here, you'll see I have one Sydewalk created. And there's a couple of different use cases that I think are very interesting for real estate. And the first is sort of maybe for out-of-town buyers, maybe somebody who's bought a home in town. They're not familiar with the town. Maybe they're still out of town, and you want to sort of send them a sidewalk of great restaurants or touristy places, or hey, if you need to go get your car fixed, here's a really great place to go. And here's a good example of this. So I've got this for a family that just rented a home through me. And so I've just sort of created this thing and sort of I maybe spent 5 minutes just putting together a few links for them to do. But what I actually want to do now is duplicate this, because I want to be able to use this over and over again. So I'm going to say welcome the Lennon family to Colorado Springs. And I can make this a private one if I wanted to by saying making this only visible to me. But this is one I'm going to create that I want to make it visible to the Lennon family. Fix this. It is my city after all. So I'm going to copy that sidewalk. So now if I go back into my profile here, you'll see I have two sidewalks. Okay, welcome the Lennon family to Colorado Springs. So I'm going to come in here. This home had to do with the family that was on the other that I copied from, so I can get rid of that. So I'm just going to come into Edit, Paisley Drive. I'm going to remove that from Sidewalk. I want to remove it from this sidewalk. Okay. So now that I'm done editing, I can reposition things if I want. If I wanted to keep one at the top, or I reprioritize things based on however I want to do that. So I'm going to come back in here. So maybe the Lennon family bought, coincidentally, one of my listings, which is really awesome. So I'm going to add a place. And we're going to say 4835 Teton Place. Okay, so Google found that for me. I didn't really have to type in all of the information. It sort of suggested it and found it out there. So what am I going to do? I'm ultimately want to be able to drive traffic back to my own website as a realtor. So I'm just going to go to the website for that particular listing. So this is exactly where I want to take them to. So I'm going to copy this URL. And I'm going to put it in under the website field, and come over here to the photos. It's picked up the photo automatically from Google, so that's great. And there's nothing I have to do. If for whatever reason the correct photo wasn't there, I could just upload a photo for that if I wanted to. And I'm going to say for a description, here's your new home. Category is a home or residence, and I'm going to add it to, you see here's all the list of all the different sidewalks that I have access to. So I could create a new sidewalk if I wanted to, but in this case I'm going to add this to welcome the Lennon family to Colorado Springs. I'm going to add that place. So there it is. There's my house, and it's within the sidewalk that has all of this kind of cool, maybe touristy or local only info that people who maybe are not familiar with the town can have. Send this out to them. If I wanted to send it out, I just click on share. I can share it, tweet it. I can email it directly to somebody's email address, give them a custom message, and then they've got that. It just comes with a link that'll bring them right back into this sidewalk. So that's sort of use case number one. Use case number two, which I think is pretty interesting too, is to use Sidewalk as a way to create sort of a private property sort of I guess, storage area, as you're sending out listings to maybe an out-of-town buyer or even an in-town buyer, that sort of is collected specifically for a particular buyer. So let me sort of explain what I mean by that. So let's say somebody is looking for, let's go into a subdivision. I've already got Pine Creek set up. Pine Creek homes under $400,000. That's kind of a simple thing. So this is me as an agent in the back end in my office looking for properties that might interest a buyer that I have. Okay. Ultimately, I want, from a web standpoint and an SEO standpoint, I would like to drive traffic back to my own website, obviously. So how do I do that? So here's one. Let's try this one. It's actually under contract, but we'll use it anyways. So I'm just going to copy this address. I'm going to come over here and add a place. Address, I'm just going to paste that. It's going to come up with suggestions for me. Yep, there it is, Colorado Springs. The website, very important. That when they click on for more info, I want to take them back to my own website. So I'm going to paste that website in. So, is that the house? That is the house. See how Sydewalk picked it up for me. It'll give us a few other options here too, but those are obviously not the right house. But it was smart enough and it got the right house for me. Again, if I didn't have the right image automatically in here, I could just upload an image to there if I wanted to. So information. What's so great about this place? Let's just say, just reduced, great views. I don't know if it does have great views, but purposes of this, it does. Show as a home or residence. That's the category that we're going to put this in. And the sidewalk that we're going to add it to. Here we go. So I've got two here. I want to create a new one because this is for a specific buyer. So the name of the sidewalk I'm going to say is Homes in Pine Creek for the Lennon family. And we're going to say all homes under 400K that I think you should look at. Okay, so I'm going to add a place to this new sidewalk. So now I'm in my new sidewalk. Again, if I go back into my profile, I've got Homes in Pine Creek for the Lennon family. This is a new sidewalk. So if I want to add another property to this, or several different properties if I wanted to, they don't see this one yet. Craycroft, 2509 Craycroft. So let's try that. I'm just going to copy it. Add a place. It's going to give me a suggestion here. So yes, Colorado Springs is the one that I want. What's the website that I want? I'm going to copy the URL from my own website. Paste it in there. There's the picture. I know that it's the picture because I can come back here and look at it. Yep, that's the picture. Come back over here. Description. Reduced $10,000. Close to schools. How about that? Category. Show as a home or residence. And the sidewalk that I want to add it to, don't need to create a new one this time because I just created this one. Homes in Pine Creek for the Lennon family. Boom, done. Add the place. Sidewalk has added that property to this site. So I can add as many homes to this particular sidewalk as I want. And then when I'm ready to send it out to somebody, I just say, share this sidewalk. My name, the email address that I want to send it to, if I'm going to put a message in, and then I can share it. And then they're just sent a link so that when they click this link, it brings them right into this sidewalk. So if they want to see, well, where are these things in relation to everything else? So I'm just going to click on View Map. Oh, okay. All right, so this one is really close to the school because I know that Mountain View Elementary is over here. That one's really close. This one's probably not as close to school, but it's really close to the hospital. So, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's click on this one and see what it says. That's the one on Craycroft Drive. So if I click on that, it shows the details for Craycroft Drive. Okay. Here's some information. It gives me another closer map view so I can see where it is on the actual street. And if I want to get more information on it, I can click View Website. And look, it takes me right back to my website, which again is very good from an SEO standpoint to have those backlinks coming back to my website from an outside source. And so I get the traffic on my website rather than giving it to an MLS or whatever. And theoretically, these people can come back in here and say, I want to go back into my sidewalk. That was the Craycroft one. So I want to look at Newport Plum. And there it is there. If I click on that one on View Website, it takes me right back to my website. Okay. I think that's a very interesting use case. It might take you a little bit more time to put together sort of a custom search on here compared to maybe just setting up an automated email on the MLS. But the benefit is that you're getting the traffic back to your website rather than sending the traffic back to the MLS's website. And I think it's a little bit more customized. You know, it doesn't. You can see it doesn't take an awful lot of time for me to add properties to this. You know, you could probably create 5 or 6 properties on a particular website that you're sending to a buyer in maybe 10 minutes. You know, as long as you have an idea of what those homes are, it's pretty quick. So, give it some thought and tell me what you think.